that minimizes the distance. So I'm going to take my mask off so that everyone can actually hear me when it's time to talk. And then as we come up, the district attorney is going to step up. So, we ready? So first of all, I want to thank everyone for coming and allowing myself and the district attorney, Billy West, to provide some clarity on questions regarding the shooting of Mr. Walker yesterday. Allow me first also to share my condolences for the family, as we understand this is a tragic event. We know many in our community have heavy hearts and they are grieving, and our thoughts are with them as well. In the course of the investigation, it became known who fired the weapon was an off-duty Cumberland County Deputy Sheriff. While our department is fully able to investigate this incident like this, I decided early on it would be best to bring the State Bureau of Investigation to come and parallel the investigation. Even though this was not an officer-involved shooting, this was a shooting that involved someone who is a law enforcement officer. The investigation process has been handled as any other death investigation. Yesterday evening, I decided to ask the SBI to take the lead in the investigation, and I appreciate them for taking the lead. I'm joined by District Attorney Billy West. We've been working closely on this, discussing from early on. He will share something with you afterwards. First, today, the investigators need your help. We would like to hear from anyone who saw what happened. Eyewitnesses should call SBI at 1-888-624-7222. It is critical that anyone who saw the incident come forward and share what they saw with SBI. Anytime a death occurs, the community should be upset. There are many postings on social media, and all too often, rumors and unverified information begin to spread. While this entire situation is under investigation by SBI, my department has also gathered a great deal of evidence. It's important to share some of the confirmed facts of this case with the public to ensure transparency as this investigation proceeds. Here are some facts. Investigators examined what is considered the technology of the truck, the black box computer, which logs speed, braking, impact, and other events. That computer did not record any impact with any person or thing. We currently have no witnesses who claim that anyone was hit by this truck. We went back and reviewed body-worn camera footage, and individuals at the scene indicated they did not witness the incident. The only witness available to us now tells us the exact opposite. Again, today, we ask for any additional eyewitnesses to please contact SBI. Investigators noted that a windshield wiper was torn off and the metal portion was used to break the windshield of the truck in several places. I want everyone to know the Fayetteville leaders take every shooting seriously. We want our city to be safe, a safe place, and we want every allegation of wrongdoing to be fully and fairly investigated. On behalf of everyone involved in the investigation, I can assure you that the SBI will continue the investigation and provide additional updates as available. We ask everyone in our community to have patience for this investigative process. Please don't share posts that's false or unverified. Peaceful protests and questions about what happened are always appropriate. And when we can share, we will, if it doesn't compromise the investigation. Spreading falsehood doesn't help anyone, and it certainly doesn't advance the cause of justice. I'm going to give this time for District Attorney Billy West to come and share his important information, and before we start taking questions.
Good afternoon. I first want to give condolences to the family of Jason Walker. This was a tragedy for our community. Upon learning of this tragedy and speaking with Chief Hawkins as well as the SBI, what I did was I reached out to three independent agencies: the Attorney General's Office of North Carolina, the North Carolina Conference of District Attorneys, as well as the North Carolina Administrative Office of the Courts. And I explained to them, from what we knew at that point, this unique set of circumstances, as Chief Hawkins has laid out, that we had a off-duty Cumberland County Sheriff's Office deputy, that the Fayetteville Police Department was the first to respond, and that the SBI has taken the lead in the investigation. Their recommendation was to avoid even an appearance of a conflict of interest in this matter. Their recommendation was to request an independent prosecutorial agency be assigned. I and my senior staff agree and concur with this recommendation. The Administrative Office of the Courts has assigned the North Carolina Conference of District Attorneys as the independent prosecutorial agency in this matter at my request. The Conference of District Attorneys is an independent prosecutorial agency with statewide jurisdiction, with very competent and experienced prosecutors at their disposal, and I'm sure that they will make the decision of which one of their prosecutors to assign this specific case. But again, this was a decision made based on the recommendation of the North Carolina Attorney General's Office, Conference of District Attorneys, and the Administrative Office of the Courts, to avoid even the appearance of a conflict of interest in this case. We want public confidence in this process. As Chief Hawkins laid out very similarly, the SBI is asked to do an independent investigation, and we're asking an outside agency that has no connection to this jurisdiction to serve as the prosecutorial agency in this matter. So I turn it back over to Chief Hawkins at this time.
So, of course, we're open for questioning on both of our parts. So